What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Scores! He did it again!
I just killed him. Before the game, I just killed John Madden because of a stink bomb.
Split special teamers, and now Brown is off to the races. Hurdles, kicks him in.
Giants are coming off a worse week than Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, that was the most exciting thing to happen tonight.
Game's over. Game is finally fucking be over.
Ed, you got to turn your mic on. I think. Got his hand on the button.
And now, our feature program.
Hey guys, how you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's up, guys?
Not too much. What are you doing, Jeremy? Contemplating life?
Pretty much. Trying to figure out what my next project's going to be.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you really like to just tinker. I don't see you as a person that could just leave well enough alone.
He could build a brand new house, and he's like 5 months in, he'd be like, "Hey, guys want to help me take down a wall?"
Hey, let's take down all the walls.
I don't like that I put this wall here, even though I just built it like 6 months ago.
I don't like that trim board. Let's move it.
Yeah.
You know, I think that a new countertop here would look a little better. Let's change it.
The wife decided she doesn't like the paint color, so we got to repaint the whole house.
See, that's not a me choice, though. That's a her choice in that one.
But then you're like, oh, okay, we can repaint the whole house, even though we just built it.
No, I do not like to paint.
I know, the guy we hired to paint just wrecked his car, so we can't get him to paint.
No, we just have to pick him up now.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, he hit black ice today.
Yeah, he wrecked his truck. It survived, but it's not in great shape.
He's hoping for totaled.
Yeah, here's hoping. All right, so we don't have exactly a ton to talk about tonight. We have a little college and a little pro, and then our picks, and decide if we're going to who we're going to put our money on this week to try to make our money back. You guys excited for that?
I am.
We're about halfway to our money back.
Yeah, we're getting there.
If I recall, that's like 6 million text messages ago, though.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that's not that bad. Not too far back.
Well, amazingly enough, we came back quite a bit last week. Should have if we bet on Tampa instead of the Browns, we would have been okay.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I bet 5 on the Tampa just because I need to deposit Smitty's money anyway. So I'm like, I'll throw an extra 5 in there, and I'm like, I'm gonna put him on Tampa. And you know, when the Browns had the ball with like 6 minutes left, I could have cashed out at like half payment.
You should have.
So it would have been like $40-something instead of like $100.
But where's the fun in that, though?
Exactly. At that point, it looked like they were gonna go and win. So I was like,
yeah, we were watching this game. We're like, holy crap, let's go Browns.
Yeah, they had a really good chance.
Yep.
I think next year the Browns are going to be contenders.
I agree.
Like real contenders, not just like surprise contenders.
Well, yeah, I think Pittsburgh's going to be like bottom of the barrel at this rate. They're falling apart.
We'll consider. Well, when we get to the pros, we'll talk about what the move Pittsburgh made today. I forgot to add that, but we'll talk about that a little bit. All right, so Chris, you want to start us off tonight?
I suppose I can.
No,
All
he
right,
doesn't.
so, you know, draft season's coming up on us pretty quick. So, you know, obviously our second favorite team on this show, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Right?
Sure.
Yeah, I said second favorite. All right.
Well, technically, I think it would be a third because it goes Patriots, then it goes Green Bay.
What about the Cajuns, friend?
Oh, yeah.
That would be number one.
Oh,
I said second favorite.
Hey, the Bruins are up now.
Bruins are up. Wow.
4-3. They were down 3-2. They tied just up about a minute ago. And now they're up 4-3.
Oh, shit.
You're no good at Fortnite while I'm trying to talk, are you, Nate?
I'm doing great. What are you talking about?
He's like my brain's firing on all cylinders. But so surprisingly, before we get into these projected drafts, there's been a couple surprises on the Ohio State front as far as players staying. The biggest though is Chris Olave, who was our number one wide receiver this season,
Yeah.
and has been pretty much the past 2 seasons. The fact that he's coming back adds to a very stacked group of wide receivers. The only problem is our quarterback declared.
Yep.
So, that could be interesting. So,
Is
just
that
wanna-
And didn't half your offensive line declare also?
Yeah, I think 2 or 3 of them. So Thayer Munford, who is one of our more seasoned linemen, he was a senior, and he was projected, I think, to go like either late. At one point, he was projected to go late first round or early second round, and he decided to stay for that extra year.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah, it's
that's
gonna
a-
it's
that's a-
gonna be an interesting draft class considering they don't have to declare even if they're seniors. Hey, Amanda's here.
and there's no combine this year.
Right.
That's
So,
gonna mess a lot of things up. They're gonna have to really go with the scouting, the scouts they have in the office and whatnot.
mhm.
figure out.
And if the schools have pro days, like they can do, small, multiple small pro days, the schools can. So I think, that'll help as well.
I assume all those pro days are going to be Zoom related, not actually on site.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're gonna get like professional camera crews in to like really, really do this like as best they can. But
Well, my
all right,
so the only thing I worry about is like you have a lot of players that aren't like these Big Ten teams or the big like number one like usually televised teams are usually have players that go to the pros still. How the hell did the scouts really scout them without being there?
right.
So it should be very interesting to see how many of these small schools actually make it to the pros this year.
Yeah.
I guess that's gonna be the mom rolling game film and trying to send it to her scouts just to try to see if they can get anything out of it.
Well, a lot of
Very
colleges weren't even letting family into the games, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but the family they can still get the film and send it on. Oh, game
Yeah.
side again.
Keeping us alive,
So-
updated on the Bruins.
So this is one of ESPN, Todd McShay, one of his first mock drafts, right? These are going to change several times over the coming weeks and next month or so, as the draft order officially flattens out and becomes official. Trades are made. People, some free agency moves are made as well. So this is all subject to change. This is just projected. So as projected and as expected, at number 1, Trevor Lawrence, quarterback, Clemson, is projected to go to Jacksonville. That's not really a shocker at all.
No.
Yeah, we
absolutely
kind of
not.
had a feeling that even if he didn't win, he was still going to be number 1.
Yeah, he's got a body of work that you really can't argue with. He's going to be the projected. He's going to be the overall pick, even though Urban Meyer's now the head coach at Jacksonville. People were like, "Oh, he's going to take Fields." Well, the thing that a lot of people don't know is that Urban Meyer went after Trevor Lawrence
Right.
in college, and he chose Clemson over Ohio State. Those were the 2 final schools for him. So, at number 2, Penei Sewell, offensive tackle, Oregon, going to the Jets, projected. At 3, Heisman winner Devonta Smith, who I don't know if there's a better route runner in college football, to be honest with you. He's projected to go to Smitty's Dolphins.
They
And
could use
number
another
4,
good wide
He was
receiver.
talking about how he really wants that big old lineman there. I think-
Rayshawn
so-
Slaughter, number 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
Smitty is all kinds of boner over that guy.
Yeah.
Let's get to number 4.
Yeah, number 4, Atlanta Falcons, projected to take Zach Wilson, quarterback out of Brigham Young, which a lot of people thought like him, Fields, and I can't think of the kid's name right off the top of my head. The kid from North Dakota State were all going to be kind of interchangeable in the picks, and it depends on which teams fell out where. But at number 5, Rashawn Slater, offensive lineman, Northwestern, is projected to go to the Bengals. Number 6 is kind of different because you haven't heard his name at all this year. Micah Parsons, inside linebacker, Penn State. He's projected to go to the Eagles. The reason I say that is because he opted out of the season due to COVID.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so to be that high of a pick and not even play, that says something about
his body of work.
Yeah, he's real good. Like there's no doubt about it. He's a top
game-changing linebacker.
Pick. Yeah. All right. At number 7, Jamar Chase, wide receiver out of LSU, projected to go to the Lions. So in these next picks, especially number 8, it's kind of hit or miss. There's been rumors for the Panthers. This has them taking Kyle Pitts, a tight end out of Florida. But there have been rumors that they're looking at Justin Fields because they're looking at possibly moving away from Bridgewater.
They just spent, 20-something mil a year for him for a multiple-year deal.
Yeah.
So,
I think that if they do pass up on Garoppolo, that any other team's going to pick him up. And if they do,
you
think he's going to start kind of like? No, didn't he just say?
No, Bridgewater. I'm talking about Carolina.
Carolina.
We're not to San Francisco yet. Hold on.
Okay.
Get some picks to go to that one.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah. Yep. So right now they have Pitts coming out of Florida, tight end, probably one of, if not the best tight end in college football. All right, Travis, you want to read number 9?
Nope. This is all you. I got Jeremiah.
Right, so
That's
Jeremiah
all.
Owusu-Kamara.
Well done, sir.
Koramoah. Sorry,
Wow.
my bad. Inside linebacker, Notre Dame, projected to go to
Really
the
knew how to
Broncos.
have that roll off your tongue.
I've read it like 7 times out loud.
And he's like, "Does
projected
this
to go
sound
to
right,
Broncos.
honey?"
That sounded amazing.
All right. So at number 10, Patrick Surtain II, cornerback out of Alabama, is projected to go to them boys down in Dallas.
They need all the help they can get down there.
Yeah, pretty
Is
good.
that where you think the Cowboys need to work on? Or is the whole team just kind of a dumpster fire?
They need a lot.
I would say it's a dumpster fire.
The question is, do you think they should go after a quarterback, considering Dak's still probably going to be recovering? He's not under contract.
Well, yeah, didn't he not want to sign a contract?
He didn't want to sign a long-term deal because he didn't like the value that they were going to give for him.
He didn't like the years. He wanted more years. He wanted 10 years, and they wanted.
He wanted less years. He wanted 4 instead of 5.
Yeah,
He wanted to do 5 years
because he 5, but only have to do 4.
Well, no, he wanted to be up after 4 so he could do a new contract before he hit 30.
Yes.
He wanted to be able to go for that big contract before he hit 30.
Well, it's looking like he didn't really plan that way. I mean, it's always good when an athlete bets on himself, but when you have a season-ending injury early in the season, you don't really build up your stock in keeping you around.
No.
Yeah, so it's all going to depend Dallas couldn't dare let him go and keep the Red Rocket, because I think they signed Dalton for a 2-year, like $10,000 or $10 million deal.
Yeah,
and that's not to say they don't pick up somebody, in free agency or something. Jerry Jones could be like, hey, we're gonna get rid of Dak and, pick somebody else. So I don't see him doing it, but
get rid of Dak if he can at all.
Yeah.
I think it's his way of trying to stay hip. Like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm progressive. I have a minority quarterback, and he just kind of like loves the fact that he can have something like that. I feel like he's kind of old man.
Well, the other thing he could possibly do is do a franchise him and then trade him for Deshaun Watson.
Yes. And Deshaun Watson doesn't have to move his kids too far.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be the bet, because then you still have a minority quarterback, and yet you have a better minority quarterback for less money already signed to a long-term deal.
Yeah, but it sounds like he wants Deshaun Watson would want to move to a much better team.
Yes, but the fact is he doesn't have leverage.
He does, because he has a no trade clause.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. But we'll get to that.
Watson has a no trade clause in his contract.
Yep. So let's get to number 10.
We're on 11. 11, Gregory Rousseau, defensive end, outside linebacker, Miami, Florida, projected to go to the Giants. Not super familiar with him because I didn't watch a lot of Miami games. At 12, Caleb Farley, corner, out of Virginia Tech to the Niners. All right. And then this one kind of surprised me. Number 13, Sean Wade, cornerback, Ohio State to the Chargers. I'm surprised he's going that high.
I'm surprised they're taking a corner.
That too.
I just realized that you made an intentional pause at the 49ers. And you're like, all right, I guess I'm not going to talk about it. And then you just moved on.
Someone's a little slow today. He's too busy playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
Off now.
I did try.
I placed in 4th place. Thank you very much. I might need to start a Twitch channel or something.
There you go. More things to do, right?
Yeah.
Well, I set up his computer so that way he could. Anyhow, but yeah, I'm surprised they're predicted to take a corner. They don't really. They have 2 decent corners on that team. No, the Chargers. I'm thinking
Chargers or San Francisco.
Chargers. I'm thinking Rams because I see L.A.
The Chargers. The Chargers defense killed them this year.
Yeah, they. I'm surprised they're only taking the corner.
So I think there's better corners out there than Sean Wade, but I think it depends on how they want to utilize them. If they want to utilize them as specifically a slot corner, then yes, he's extremely good in the slot. On the outside, not so much. He could be transitioned to a safety because he's big enough to be a safety. But
is he fast enough?
He's pretty quick. He is pretty quick. But the problem is he's just not great in deep coverage. Like, if you're playing straight press coverage, he's pretty good. Anything other than that, no. Oh, excuse me.
Well, the slot receiver has become a more powerful position in the NFL in the last, I would say, 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's possible. They got killed on that a lot.
Who is the Jaguars' old quarterback?
The Jags?
Bortles?
Yeah.
Blake Bortles.
Yes. I was looking at our name, and it said the first pick, the Jags take Uncle Ricco. I was thinking that it could have been, and the Jags bring back Blake Bortles.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry. I had a...
Random.
Yeah.
We love you, Nate.
The episode of The Good Place came to my mind, and one of the guys was obsessed with Blake Bortles and the Jaguars. So I kind of pushed them together.
Nate's head exploded.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm just waiting for Think Tank to happen.
All right, so at number 14, Christian Darrisaw, offensive tackle, Virginia Tech, projected to go to the Vikings. This is going to kill me to even say it. At number 15, Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State, is projected to go, and please God no, to the New England Patriots.
Would that kill you, Chris?
It would, because I really like Justin Fields and would want to see him do good, but I absolutely hate the Patriots. Why? I've always hated the Patriots.
If you're gonna hate a team, you should really hate Green Bay for the division.
Oh, I hate. Okay, hold on. There's me hating the Patriots, and then there's me hating the Packers. That's a different kind of hate.
Do you hate the Patriots? Because back in the day, Brady juked out was it Brian
Urlacher?
Oh no! So when it comes to being a Bears fan, and Nate can attest to this, I'm a realist. I know they suck. I'm ready for them to lose 95% of the time. So it's just I've never been a Patriots fan at all. It didn't help that for how long?
20 years.
20 years.
A quarterback from Michigan for that team.
I think the one thing that Chris and I can both agree upon, being that we're fans of rivals in the NFC North, is that we don't mind the other two teams in the division. We only hate. I don't like the Bears, and he doesn't like the Packers. But we're fine with the Vikings or the Lions.
Pretty much. Like if I had to choose between the Vikings and the Lions, I'd go with the Lions just because, underdog story, because
Right.
they're always the underdog.
Yeah.
Forever. Even when they had the best running back in the game.
Yeah.
Well, they had no one else, including a line.
So, yeah. So as it gets closer, I'll start expanding this out. I probably won't go past the first round ever.
No.
Just 'cause
It's
that's
not
a
worth
lot of
it.
picks. So I think, we'll slowly start expanding out, top 20, 25, then go to the full first round a few weeks before the draft, and then be able to debate some stuff and see how it changes from I have it saved on my computer. This is one of his first drafts, so see how it changes between now and draft.
Oh, we're going to be taking a little break between the week after the Super Bowl and draft day, so we may have to have a pre-draft show.
Yeah, so we should probably do 1 week after the Super Bowl and then 1 week before the draft, just to kind of recap what has changed on the draft board.
Yes.
Yeah. And if for some reason we can't do that, maybe we just come on, 30, 40 minutes before the draft starts, and we can recap some stuff.
Yeah.
Well, as long as we're ahead of the pick, we can we could keep up with it. It'd give us something to talk about in between picks and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Because the draft night's a
No, we
big
won't.
show, so it means we're gonna
When
have
I
to
say
have
we'll
some
figure it
setup.
out, it'll be the day of, but
Yeah.
No,
Or,
we do a lot of things on the group chat. Figure anything out is not one of them.
yeah.
We're not good at talking.
No,
All
the
right,
issue is one
so
person
Nate-
says something and like 30 other things pop up and no one knows what was said originally.
Nate, do you have our do you have a think tank?
He
I
does.
did.
He said he did.
Yeah.
So
It's
you
even
all
in the-
you, are you ready?
It's a top 25 poll.
It
Hey,
is.
come here.
I'm looking for a particular thing here because I'm back home.
Subject.
No, I have a song for this. I was gonna find it.
I got a lot of earmuff.
Earmuff?
Earmuff.
What do you mean earmuff?
I'm looking at the side of your face.
Oh, like I gotta find it. Where
So the
did
problem
it
is he wasn't looking for this. Instead, he was playing Fortnite.
No, I forgot. So I've been gone. Like I haven't been here to do a show in like 8 weeks.
It has been a while. Is
So
that
I'm
Scout?
No.
No, that's Bandit.
That was Bandit?
Bandit's whining at me.
Oh. Does the poor baby need to go out?
No, I think he just wants attention.
He's such a good boy.
He always wants attention.
Oh yeah, because mommy's not there.
Even when mommy is here, he wants attention.
Oh yeah, but he wants attention from mommy when mommy's there.
All right, whatever. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go without it. Sorry.
Go without the music. You can find it next week.
All right, so this week I've changed it up a little bit. We're gonna do. I have the top 25 of who Ranker feels are the best NBA basketball players of all time.
Well, I can tell you, Ranker's always wrong. So the guys you think that should be at the top are at the bottom.
Dude,
Well,
I haven't watched basketball since I was like 8.
Those
You
are the
know
guys.
what? And you're gonna be able to get probably a good amount of this because I don't watch basketball, never really have, and I could guess pretty much all of these names. I know all of the names of every player on this list, except nope. I know every single one. Every one.
All the way down to 100.
25. So as always, Travis, you're at the head of the table, so you all get to go first. Then Jeremy, because he was second to come, and bringing up the rear is.
I bet I know one of the two, Travis. I bet I know what Travis picks first.
I'm gonna go with Michael Jordan, Mr. MJ, Mr. Space Jam himself.
Michael Jordan is number 1.
Wow, I'm
gonna
surprised.
I'm gonna go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Dick.
Done. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is number 3.
I wonder who's 2. No, I don't. I know.
I'm going to go Wilt Chamberlain.
I love you so much, Chris, because I didn't think you're gonna go with Wilt Chamberlain.
That's who I was gonna go with next.
Dr. J, where did he go? The man who slept with over 200,000 women or something like that,
Something like that.
is lucky number 7. Travis.
I'm gonna go with the Bird, Larry Bird.
Well done, sir. Mr. Larry Bird is where'd he go? Number 4.
Number 4. Wow.
I'm gonna go with LeBron because he's probably gonna be on the list.
You would be correct. LeBron James is
Number 2.
What number is he?
2.
I would argue the shit out of that one.
Yeah. I think we
Yes,
all
but
would.
But it's ranker, so he's
True,
gonna be on the
true,
list.
Yeah.
very true. I'm gonna go with Dennis Rodman.
Ooh.
I was thinking
Probably not on the list.
That was a brave. That
he
was
might be
brave.
outside the top 25.
He is definitely outside of the top 25.
That's
Not a
sad.
bad guess though. I would have considered that up there.
I figured if he was on the list, he would have been like 23, 24. Honestly,
Yeah.
like I figured he'd be towards the bottom.
He's not.
Has anybody guessed Magic yet?
Mr. Magic Johnson?
Mr. Magic Johnson.
The man who was able to beat AIDS
Yes.
is number 5.
Yes.
Travis has 3, Jeremy 2, Chris 1.
Yeah, I got it.
Fuck, how come I can't think of his name right now?
See, I know all the old basketball players. I'm good at that.
He played on the Pistons back when the Pistons were good. Back when they.
I know who you're talking about.
I
Oh,
can't think of the name right now. What is his name? Oh,
Just go with a safe pick then, Jeremy.
I don't know basketball that well.
Oh my God! You guys know
Hold on.
every single person on this list.
I'm gonna go with Pippen.
Scottie
Scottie
Pippen. Mr.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen is number 16.
Oh, you
Okay,
just made it top
on the list.
25.
All right, Chris, who was I thinking of?
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas is not on this list, and I don't even know who that is. So
I
I'm
know
telling
it
you,
is.
everybody that's on this list is like ESPN top 5 plays, is always on the sports radio all the time.
Well,
We already know Thick's gonna win this unless he misses something.
and then
I'm just
Jer-
picking randomly.
hold on.
No,
So
I'm
what are we
I'm
at?
Still tied with him.
Yeah, we're at 3 and 3.
1.
3 to 1. You get
I am
6,
going to
7,
go
5.
with Mr. Was it Shazam? Was he in? What, he's a genie. Mr.
Kazam.
Kazam. Mr. Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes, sir. Shaquille O'Neal, Mr. Shaq Fu himself, is number 8.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Downtown Kobe Bryant.
Oh, I
Mr.
forgot about
Kobe
him.
Bryant, the Black Mamba, is number 6. All right, Chris. No pressure, but you're down by 3.
Karl Malone.
There you go.
Karl Malone
Utah Jazz.
is number 14.
There you go.
Santa Carl himself.
Um,
Wow, we're doing good.
I can see his face. He was also in Space Jam.
I can see your face.
Isaiah Thomas was in Space Jam.
Yes, he was. um.
Come on.
He's also in a commercial now. Where he gets picked first. Why am I drawing a blank?
The one that says "Just give me the ball."
Yes.
You can't give him hints. He has to say the name.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I was gonna pick if he doesn't pick it.
There's former Celtics on this list.
Yeah.
Like all these names, like
More
A lot of
than
the old
just
school
Bird?
Celtics players. Yeah, a lot of the old school.
Oh yeah.
you got
Used to
a
be good.
really tiny, outstanding outside of the 3-point line white shooter. On
That was
here.
Bird.
No, there was another
No.
one.
This is a short, guy,
Oh,
The
short, guy.
real short, like knee short.
Yeah. Maybe a little taller, but yeah, he was close that height.
Yeah. Come on.
I'm trying to remember who we haven't picked yet because I can't. I'm drawing a blank.
Nate, you gotta get a timer going.
Yeah, right. I think the buzzer's going off.
Yeah, I can't remember his name now. I'm drawing a
Go ahead.
blank.
I'm going with Mr. Terrible himself, Charles Barkley.
Yes.
Yes. Well done, Jeremy. He is number 19. And that puts you 1 point ahead. Chris.
Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller.
Pacers.
No.
Yeah, your list fucking blows, dude.
It does.
All his lists always blow.
That's a ranker thing.
We're gonna give we'll go one more round. Travis ties it up. We'll do a sudden death. If not, then Jeremy will take it.
We have Magic. We have Bird. We have.
I think it's because I can see the list that is driving me crazy on how are you not getting these?
Yeah, it's exactly why.
I don't watch basketball at all.
Either, but you know
I
these
haven't
names.
watched basketball since Berg retired. So.
All know all of these names. It's impossible that you don't.
Kevin McHale.
Kevin McHale is one of the Kevins that is not on this list.
Oh.
I'm gonna go with Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr is like the Steve Kerr that has a TV show.
As in Steve Kerr used to play for
Stephen Curry.
No, Steve Kerr is a Bulls player, and he's the head coach for the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
Nope, absolutely not. Chris.
No, not Stephon Curry. No.
Okay, then
But
Chris.
apparently Stephon
I'm gonna
Curry's
go.
on the list.
I'm not gonna use that because he gave it to us.
You should.
I should, but I'm gonna go with Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway. I like it. He is not on this list, and actually, he was one of my favorite basketball players when I was a kid.
Is Steve Nash on that list?
Steve Nash is on this list. Yes, at
That's
number
what I was
25. Number 25, Patrick Ewing.
Oh.
Ewing. Also in Space Jam.
Yes.
23, Dirk Nowitzki.
Don't know him.
Yeah, you do.
Yep.
Big tall
Played
dude
for
from
Dallas.
Dallas.
I don't know him.
22, Dwayne Wade. 21, David Robinson. 20, John Stockton.
Oh.
19, we got Charles Barkley. 18, Jerry West. 17, Allen Iverson. We got 16, which was Scottie Pippen. 15 was Kevin Garnett.
Oh, that was the other one I was thinking
I
of.
would put Rodman above like 2 or 3 of those easily.
Yeah.
13 is Kevin Durant. 12 is Stephen Curry.
I feel
11
like he was more recent player heavy in this list.
11, Hakeem Abdul-Jabbar.
Hakeem.
Olajuwon?
Hakeem.
Yeah,
Hakeem
Olajuwon.
Abdul-Jabbar.
No. Yeah.
That's
Olajuwon.
Hakeem Olajuwon. You're not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes. That one.
Hakeem Olajuwon. Is that what you're talking
Yes.
about?
Yes.
Did we get Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
I did. That was my first pick.
Okay.
That's not it, though. Oh yeah.
But
Don't worry.
Did he just say like a three-word
He
name for that?
did.
too?
I pulled a Travis. All right. Leave me alone. Number 10 is Bill Russell. Number 9 is Tim Duncan.
Oh.
We got 8 through 1. Shaquille O'Neal, Wilt Chamberlain, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron James, and Michael Jordan. Fuck.
Larry LeBron James. What? That's a new one.
Yeah. Well, can't all be perfect.
Never met him before.
Never saw him play basketball. Sorry.
Nope. All right, so you guys ready to get some NFL stuff?
Yes, please.
So as
It's
we
like, I
all,
want more Minecraft.
I'm pretty sure we all watched the games this past week, right?
What games?
For the most part, yeah.
Good more portion of them, yeah.
So did everybody get to
I was
see
busy, wasn't
Mahomes hit that took him out for the rest of the game?
I
Okay,
missed
so
that.
I missed the hit, but watching the replay, he did not have a head. He did not get hit in the head.
No, it
No.
wasn't a hit in the head. What they think it was he
Like a
pinched a
stinger.
nerve. And
So apparently there is a spot where you can hit someone like a nerve in the neck that will cause you to pretty much like faint.
yep.
And because he got up and stumbling, they assumed it was concussion, put him in concussion protocol.
Yes.
Hmm.
Well,
And because he couldn't remember how it happened,
yeah.
he got ruled out.
Yeah,
So in theory, they think he's in concussion protocol without a concussion.
Right. So, but he was on the practice field today, even though he's still on a limited basis. But he is technically still in the ending parts of the concussion protocol. Do we think he'll actually be cleared to play this weekend?
Yeah, he'll play.
He'll play.
No questions about it. No doubt.
Yeah, I think he'll play.
He's gonna play with. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he plays, and if in some facet they get up a couple scores, maybe they sit him to try to maybe limit the risk. But
They're not gonna have that opportunity. The Bills are gonna be on them.
that's why I said if by some miracle.
Well, let's hope that's not a miracle because we want to put our money on the Bills.
Yeah, I talked to some dude. I feel like all the Packer fans are starting to come out of the woodworks, like cockroaches when the lights are turned off in your scummy apartment. Like,
I mean, that's Packer fans in general.
I've never seen so many Packers fans in my travels ever until like this last couple weeks. I had some guy talking to me about how he hopes it's the Bills because he doesn't think we're gonna beat Kansas City because they're gonna want revenge from Super Bowl I. I was like, bro, it's a little much. That's a little much for me. Random go Pack go. I feel like Chris when somebody yells OH at him.
Fuck.
So if he was clear to play, do we think he'll do well, or do we think that whatever is ailing him may cause him to not be that top MVP style QB that he is?
I think he's an Aaron or a Brett Favre tough type of quarterback, not an Aaron Rodgers tough.
I think if it has any effect, you're gonna see it that first series. You're gonna see, when he's trying to throw the ball, he's just off. Like you'll be able to tell if he's out of sorts.
Mahomes is too much of a player, of an athlete, where he knows that he's the best player out there and that he's the best advantage they have. So that competitive edge to him is going to be what's going to put him in the game.
I feel like you'll see more of a deterrent from his foot or toe or whatever is wrong with his foot than you will from any kind of head issue.
Right. But, so, Chris, you said at the beginning of the game, I feel like it's like 3/4 of the way through the game, you'll see more issues because now your muscles are sore, like really sore, because you've gotten beat up the whole entire game. When you need that drive at the end to put it away, he may not have that ability to.
No, true. I'm just saying, like, if it's an actual, like nerve issue, or say he does actually have a concussion, and he clears protocol, but he's still lingering from some of those effects, you'll see it affect him early. If that's but if it's just muscle fatigue and getting beat up and stuff, yeah, then it'll be later in the game.
All right. So let's get to Deshaun Watson, who Jern did not know had a trade clause in his contract.
Didn't I put into our group chat about that?
Yeah, I think we did. But
our group chat though, like
it's gone
you
insane.
Post something and 5 seconds later the subject changes.
Yeah.
This group chat.
I can't keep up with the group chat.
I don't know. I put it above my head, and I have Kat on my chest, and she's sleeping, or I'm trying to get her to sleep, and she's going zzz, 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 zzz.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my right angle drill, and I can't find it because someone has it.
You could call me, and I'm trying to feed her. I'm like, nope. Jerry's just gonna have to show up here if he wants whatever it is.
I probably spent an hour searching my house for that freaking thing, going, where the hell is this thing?
You told me
I saw it a week ago.
You did. You saw it here in the room.
Well, no, I think when you grabbed it, I saw it like the day you brought the circular saw over and grabbed it.
Oh, yeah.
Table saw over.
Table saw. Well, so he seems the one out of Houston, and there are rumors of him like he's asking for a trade. Where do you think he is likely to end up? Because he gets to choose where he actually gets traded to.
Yes and no, though. So the issue with the no trade clause is the fact is if whoever is trying to trade for him isn't offering Houston enough, they're not going to trade Deshaun Watson.
Right.
And the only repercussion at that point he has is to hold out. Well, if he holds out, he doesn't get paid, and he gets fined for every week he's not there because of the CBA.
Right.
So him holding out is just going to end up costing him money, and he's not going to get paid for it. And if he holds out for too long, he doesn't get a year of service. So his contract now, it remains that same length of time starting next season.
But so even though he's looking at all these other players that have actually made it so teams trade them, but he may force them to take a crappy trade from another team because he'll go out there and just pretend to like throw the ball, and not even try.
No, I don't think they'd let that happen. The issue is if he does that, no one's going to trade for him.
Everybody knows he wants out.
Yes, but everyone knows he wants out. But how many teams are going to say, well, if something happens here, is he just going to not do anything for us and want to be traded again? And then we're out all those, whatever we trade for him.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword. Yes, he has the ability to choose where he goes, but if where is trading for him isn't going to give Houston enough, they're not going to trade him.
Do you think that he may have painted himself a bad picture by speaking out against his team? Like, that could be a concern for other.
Well, it wasn't that he was speaking against his team; he was speaking against the owners because they weren't even.
Do you think another team would want somebody in that will have no problem speaking out to the public about how he feels about the organization?
The issue is that he's an employee of the organization, and in theory, he doesn't have any say over those kind of hirings.
Right.
I mean, the ownership can ask him for his opinion, but he has no say in it at all.
Right, but they had promised him when they fired the head coach, supposedly according to his
contract.
Not contract. What's the guy who gets you agent? He was promised that he would be in the talks of when they were looking at a new head coach, and he was pissed because they weren't even looking at interviewing the Kansas City coach. I think it was offensive coordinator as the head coach.
Yeah, because they were looking at a new GM first.
Right, and then the minute the GM came in, the coach that Deshaun Watson wanted, which was the guy from Kansas City, he's like, I ain't coming there. And since that new GM came in from that left the Patriots, there's been a lot of coaches that don't want to head down there.
Well, no, they scheduled an interview with Bioli or Beneman. What's the the Kansas City offensive coordinator?
No, they scheduled it, and then the minute they hired the GM, he's like, nope. So they had interviewed a few people before hiring the GM, and he was not on the list, and that's why Deshaun Watson was all upset originally, because they weren't interviewing him because he's a minority coach, and they said, and he thinks that he would be a better fit because of the offense that is run up in Kansas City that makes Mahomes look great. Right.
And he's like, well, I can run that kind of offense. And then once the new GM was hired, he got all upset because he wasn't included in deciding who the new GM was. And then, the new GM now wants to bring that guy in for an interview, and now that guy is not sure if he wants to interview because...
You guys talking about Eric Bieniemy?
Yes. Eric Bieniemy. And he's still currently coaching, so he's not going on interviews, I think. I think he told everyone that he wasn't going to interview till after his season was over.
According to Yahoo Sports about 3 hours ago, there's a headline that says Eric Bieniemy with #1 NFL opening left in Houston. Quote, yes, I do want to be a head coach.
And let's be honest, if Houston were to bring him in as the coach, Deshaun Watson's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
That is...
that looks like it'd be a really good mentorship.
Well, the new GM,
he was just in the past.
Pioli, Scott Pioli? No, that's the old one. That's who's in?
I know the Houston Texans got in trouble for talking to him last year.
They've gotten in trouble for talking for multiple years in a row now.
Nick Carisio?
Yes.
Casario.
That's
Casario.
it.
Yeah. So the issue was that before they hired a GM, they weren't looking at Bieniemy, and that's where Deshaun Watson started his whole I don't like this organization. And a bunch of old players chimed in, and people who have been traded from them chimed in. So it all turned into a fiasco. And then he said, "Well, I don't want to be here anymore." Well, Nick Caserio, being a smart GM, said, "Well, let's bring him in. If we hire him, now if Deshaun Watson's pissed off at us because we hired the coach he wanted, that's on him. And let's face it, at that point, what coach or GM is going to want to trade for him?"
So I'm gonna read a tidbit off of this article. It says the decision was part of an escalating rift between Watson and the Texans that some believe is beyond repair. The Texans have since changed their minds and interviewed the Chiefs coordinator. And according to the Houston Chronicle, there is a growing support in the embedded Texans front office in favor of hiring him. So do you think that Watson's protest may have really impacted that, and the offices are trying to listen to him, and at least that part of it?
I think Watson forced their hand.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because he was forcing the hand before the GM was chosen, because they were in process of negotiating for a different GM till the former Pats GM became available after he interviewed with someone else for Carolina first.
Yep.
And then Houston said, "Well, come here right after, we want to talk to you." Or I think actually Houston went to him. And when they were there, they made him the offer, and they came to agreement then. And by the time that had already happened, the whole fiasco had already started with Watson.
Yeah.
I think it'll definitely be something that will have to be watched during the off season and see what actually happens. If this is just one of the big hot news, and something else is going to take its place, in 2 months when Drew Brees retires officially, and then they're going to talk about.
He's already retired officially. It's just a matter of time till he signs the paper.
Or after the Super Bowl, or whenever the Bucks lose, they're gonna be like, "Oh, do you think this is the last season for Brady?" Oh, sources say that Brady's gonna play 5 more years, and it's all about Brady after this. So.
That guy's gonna outlive like the next wave of quarterbacks that got drafted after him, which he's already mostly already done.
I mean, Philip Rivers just retired, and he started way after Tom Brady.
Yep.
Philip Rivers is like 37, I think.
Well, there is rumors, right? I was reading right before I came down to start the show that the Jets are actually in talks with getting trading away their first round pick to Houston for Deshaun Watson. So,
yes, but does Deshaun Watson want to go to the Jets?
No.
So the question is, does anybody want to go to the Jets?
Well, Trevor Lawrence threatened to stay in college if he did.
I think with their addition of that new head coach out of San Francisco there, I think that's
Robert Saleh.
Yeah, I think that's going to make the Jets slightly more desirable to be.
Yeah.
I think that's a definite.
I think so, especially if you're a defensive player too.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
He's on the younger side. He's got, and he's very energetic. So I think he's going to swing around a climate for the Jets. Who knows if they're actually going to win any games, but at least they're going to have fun.
Hey, they won a few this year.
Yeah, they won a handful.
2,
I think.
Dos.
El Doce. All right.
Look at this being a multilingual show.
That's about all I got.
Hey, the Bruins won in a shootout, by the way.
Cool.
Just a FYI.
So,
I meant to say that earlier.
the game of the night last week, the AARP Bowl, where the
History Channel Bowl.
Yes, where they made an announcement at the end of the third quarter for everybody to take their pills. Did it live up to the hype?
I didn't even know there was this game going on.
I'd say yes, it did. It was a game that it kept you interested, and the fact it was close enough until the Bucks had that 10-point lead late in the fourth.
Yeah,
it was still a one-score game, and it was still like back and forth. And then once they took that 10-point lead, it gave Brees the chance. Okay, he can go down the field. The first half was kind of slow. In the second half, it started picking up scoring-wise and whatnot. But as soon as Brees threw that last pick on his last throw as a Saint quarterback, you could just tell that was the end of it for them. It was just, and that was like with 4.5 minutes left, and it was just
Yeah,
Tampa's just gonna run the ball.
It was like
and lean out the clock.
It was like the air was just let out of the whole stadium when that happened.
Yeah, they were already on the edge, and it was just that last stick to break the back.
Well, before the game, it was announced on the air that Breeze had signed a contract to be a television guy, telecaster. Yeah. But it was all pending on if he was actually going to be retiring. So like the whole game was about him retiring at the end of the season, and this would be his last game if he didn't win.
Yeah, they played that up a lot.
They did.
And Breeze's wife came out this week and said not only did he have broken ribs and a punctured lung this year, he had a torn rotator cuff and pretty much a fucked up foot.
Yeah. And the only thing I'm sad about, I think, with Breeze retiring is we only got 1 year of dual games of Breeze Brady.
Yeah, but that's the issue as you get older. I mean, yeah, Brady's going to play forever, but all the other guys keep retiring.
Yeah. So it also, but the only other sad part is that Breeze will never regain the lead in the most touchdown passes.
Most regular season touchdown passes.
Regular season touchdown passes.
Which doesn't make sense to me why they call it the most touchdown passes when it doesn't include postseason touchdown passes.
Right. It's like all-time passing yards doesn't include postseason. Why? The postseason is the only season that actually matters.
Smitty and I had this debate, I think, like 2 seasons ago. Same argument, because he was angry because Tom Brady had the most passing, or Drew Brees had it, but he's like, well, Tom Brady's played in the playoffs, last 20 years. Those are all touchdowns. Why do those touchdowns not count?
Yep.
And it is a double-edged sword. It's like, yes, because not every team makes it, and it's not a individual game. It's a team game, so you can't add stuff that not every team makes. But then the fact is, if your team is good enough, you're part of the reason why they're good enough. So
yeah,
they need to refigure out how they're
the funny part is now, so because of that argument, because Brady's been in so many postseasons, the telecasters started to include that these are the regular season yardage or the regular season touchdowns plus Brady in 13 postseason games, or what? No, it was 28 or something. Some ridiculous. He's played.
He is 14-2 in the divisional round alone.
Yes. He's played like 30-something games in the postseason, almost 2 seasons worth of games, I think it is, because he's gone to the postseason that many times. How does that make you feel, Nate?
I don't care.
Hey, wait, ready? 43 postseason appearances.
Yes. And this is his 10th year in a row making it to the conference game.
9 out of the past 10 years, he's made to the conference championships.
Yes.
He missed last year because that team was garbage.
And the best part is Brady went to the pros in 97 and has only been in the NFC for 1 year. And the Dallas Cowboys have been in for 27 years. Dallas Cowboys have never made it to the NFC Championship game since.
Brady did not enter the pros in 97. First of all, that was last year. Dallas made it to the postseason.
Yes. Oh, was it 98? I think it was 98. I don't remember.
We have the technology where one of us...
It was a 90-something. That's all I remember, is that Dallas has never made it since that year. It was
96, they won the Super Bowl, so that was probably last year they made it to the championship game. Is that what you're asking?
It was it was last year they made it as a championship game. No, it was the playoffs. It was playoff appearances or something like that. It was ridiculous.
No, Dallas made it to the postseason a few years ago. They lost in the wild card round. Off a Dak Dez Bryant catch no catch fiasco.
Oh yes, I remember that one. And then the helmet catch that the Pats lost in. Anyhow,
that has nothing to do with that catch.
No. All right, so Nate, you want to take over the playoff picture?
Sure do. So representing the AFC is the Chiefs and the Bills. The Chiefs will be taking on the Packers on. Do we have what day that is yet? I think that's
Both on Sunday.
both on Sunday.
Yeah.
So this is the early game.
No,
on Sun-
that's a later game.
The Chiefs Bills game is the late game.
Yeah. Green Bay plays at like 3:00.
3:05.
And then the evening game is the Bills playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the Bills are home?
Nate, just stop. Tampa plays the Packers at 3:05. The Bills play the Chiefs at 6:00.
Oh, yeah, you're right. See, it's side by side, so that's why I got it messed up.
That's just the who's left in the playoffs.
Yeah, I get it now. Shut up.
Simple things confuse simple minds.
Yes. So yes, the Packers and the Bucks play the first game. The Packers are at home. Oh, I see what you did. All right.
That's
and
a
then the
playoff
Chiefs are
pitcher.
The Bills and the Chiefs are at home.
Yes.
I have to get the little small part.
Yes, so Dallas has not made it to the NFC Championship game since 1996 season. So in theory, 1997.
Yep.
But it was the 96 season.
So, odds to win the Super Bowl. These lines have moved quite a bit in coming into this week. Because Kansas City, well, let's go with number 4. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at a 13-5 are now down to plus 450. Number 3, the Buffalo Bills. They stay the same spot, but they're down to 330. The Green Bay Packers at 14-3, they moved down quite a bit to just 210. Kansas City actually moved up a little bit this week. They're at plus 205. They were a solid plus 200 the past 3 weeks.
I was going to say, I have different odds than you.
Really? Because that's the only odds I can find. What are the odds you got?
I got Tampa at 450, Bills at 350, Chiefs at 200, and the Packers at 195.
Oh.
Which makes the Packers now the favorite to win.
That must have, because the ones I found were from yesterday. That was the lines from yesterday.
They're probably going to change every few hours.
This is 6 hours ago. I got this list.
Ah, yes. So, but the power rankings. Chris, why don't you do our power rankings?
Power rankings. At number 4, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. At number 3, the Buffalo Bills. At number 2, the Fudge Packers, Green Bay Packers. And at number 1, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Boy, this list got small real quick, huh?
Yeah. It takes all of 6 seconds to read.
Kind of like it took a cold bath.
All right. So, let's get to our picks and get to...
That was funny.
And then we'll talk about who we're going to make our bets on. All right. So this week we got a much smaller games. We only 2 games to pick.
What's with you in size this week?
Well, actually, we should go over our wins from last week because there was
That's
3 of
true.
us that picked all the games correctly.
Oh, look at you all.
The Watsons and Amanda.
No, not all the Watsons.
Not all the Watsons, just the originals.
The bloodborne Watsons.
The Y chromosome Watsons.
Yes.
we'll go scientific on this podcast.
Yeah. So we all got 4. Then we had.
Or is that genetic, not scientific?
Then we had a 3-way tie with only 3, and Chris and Nate only got 2.
Hey, somebody's got to be in the back.
Well, on Saturday, the Los Angeles Rams went up to Green Bay. They lost on Fox 32-18. Then the Baltimore Ravens went over the Bills for NBC night on Saturday Night Football. And
so during that Packers game, I stopped watching about halfway through the third.
We could tell.
You see when the Rams stopped scoring is when I stopped watching.
Right.
and the Rams offense is garbage.
Yeah.
Goff is trash.
Well, he looked better than I expected, so I was surprising. The Bills ended up winning that game 17-3 against that high-powered running QB. The running back also.
the number 32 passing offense in the league.
Yeah.
Which is funny because you would have thought that was the Patriots after the season they put up.
Yeah. The Cleveland Browns, in a known but figured upset, they lost. Kansas City Chiefs, Mahomes went out on Sunday on CBS. They lost 22-17. Cleveland Browns looked like they had a chance towards the end, but he just couldn't close out the game. Then we had,
but they're the Browns in the end.
Then we had the AARP Bowl at 6:40, which that game was much longer than I expected at least. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at number 5 beat the number 2 New Orleans Saints 30-20 on Fox. And that game broke Smitty's brackets perfectly.
I feel bad for him. I was actually really pulling for him to have
a perfect bracket.
Yeah.
To have one perfect bracket.
Yeah, I think that would have been really like.
It would have been. It would be.
Every one.
So, Nate.
Yes.
Do you want to pick the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 3:05 or the Green Bay Packers on Fox?
Oh, I see what you just did there. I'll pick the first game. I'll pick
Hey, your home and away is still switched.
Yeah, they're wrong.
Oh.
The Packers are home.
The number 1 seats are home. Duh.
Why are those still? Oh, because they never fixed the rest of them. Control C.
Good job, Nate.
Control V. Oops.
I'm getting back into it.
Well, only took you all night.
Control C.
It's because I started looking for that thing again.
The think tank one?
There we go. All right, so Nate, who are you going to go with?
I am going with Green Bay at home.
Green Bay at home.
Years.
Oof. This game is harder. Harder than you would think. Because Lambeau is cold. But if anybody's going to get a warm weather team ready, is somebody that played in the cold his whole entire career. I think Tampa Bay has a shot. I know, you don't like it, Nate, but I think Tampa Bay has a good shot to win. Jeremy, what do you think?
This game's been bothering me all week.
You too.
Because the issue is that normally a team from Tampa going up to Lambeau in mid to late January, that's easy. Green Bay has the advantage.
Yep.
But in the most important spot, you have someone who knows and has played in the cold for the majority of his career. So,
hell, he played college ball up there.
Like I said, the majority of his career, whether it be college or professional, he's been in the North. And the issue is, when Green Bay gets down, they cannot play up to their competition. If Green Bay maintains equal, they're great. Once Green Bay gets down, that team, that quarterback, he's not a good come from behind quarterback. So I've been flipping left and right every time in this game.
Well, you got to make a choice.
I want my bracket to be right, and I picked the Packers. But I just have a weird feeling that Tampa's going to win. So I'm taking Tampa.
Taking Tampa. Chris.
Although it would completely bust my bracket at that point in time.
Yeah. Chris. You get the final pick on that one.
I'm going to go with Green Bay.
You're going to Green Bay.
Hey, wait. Isn't that what happened last week? They both picked opposite of Tampa, and they both lost?
They did. So we may be good. So I have Gail's picks. Jerry, do you have most picks?
No, she was exhausted today. I think she passed out before I texted her about it.
So this game on Sunday is going to be the second time that Brady and Rodgers have actually squared off in a full game against each other at Lambeau.
Yes.
What happened last time Brady went to Lambeau?
I'm pretty sure
I don't know the answer to this question. That's why I'm asking.
I know that Brady has beaten Green Bay every time Green Bay's been at
I'm pretty sure
Gillette, because I've been to 2 of those games.
So
I don't know how the
If I remember, he smacked the crap out of him. So Gale did go with the Bucks also. Well, while you're finding that out, next we have the 6:40 game. The Buffalo Bills going to Kansas City. This
okay,
is
hold on. It was in
they beat them
2014.
in 2018. They beat them.
No, in Lambeau. The only time they played in Lambeau was in 2014, and it was a 26-21 victory for the Patriots.
oh, so it was much closer than I thought.
Did Brady play that game?
Yes. Brady's lone game against Rodgers at Lambeau Field in 2014. Rodgers won the 2014 MVP that season. And it looks like he's going to win it again this season.
Wouldn't that be something? All right, so next we have the Buffalo Bills at Kansas City. I want to go Kansas City. I do, but with Mahomes getting hurt this past week, it's hard.
You don't need to tell us how you feel.
It's what I feel.
Hands above the desk. Hands above the desk. There's nothing on when sports on a Thursday night.
You know what? I ain't gonna. Yes, there is. There is. Last Man Standing.
My God.
I am going to go with.
It's so hard not to say that's what she said. Every single thing you guys are saying is that's all that's going through my mind. I'm like, no, I'm gonna be a better person than this. I'm not gonna say it.
You know,
I'm not gonna say it. Nope, I'm not gonna do it.
And then we just keep going.
I just cracked. Yep, I couldn't hold it anymore.
I'm gonna go with the underdog for both games. I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills. Jerry, who are you gonna go with?
I'm gonna go with Mahomes.
Mahomesy.
I don't think Buffalo has enough to match up for 4 quarters.
Chris, who you going with? Chris doesn't like this one either.
I'm having a Jeremy problem right now.
They make pills for that, you know that. Right?
Well, the problem is,
But if it's up for if it's hard for longer than 4 hours, you have to call your doctor.
Sudafed.
There you go. You guys all get the answer.
I'm gonna go with the Bills though.
Ah.
I'm gonna go for the underdog.
so my dilemma, like
So
Jeremy,
Gail is
was-
going with the Bills too.
okay.
So there you go, Nate.
Yeah. So, do I want my bracket to be good, or do I want to make a pick?
You want
That not because my bracket is still good right now.
I don't think
have
so.
the AFC is correct. The only one I have missing is the fact that I put that the Saints were going to be going against today.
I think that's the only issue with my bracket as well currently.
So my Super Bowl prediction still has a chance.
So does mine, but my
So-
pick doesn't. My pick kills my Super Bowl prediction.
See, if the ones I pick win, my Super Bowl prediction is dead on.
Mm-hmm. So I am going to go with my bracket and trust my bracket, and I'm picking the Bills to beat Kansas City.
Buffalo Bills.
I'm the lone Kansas City picker currently.
Currently,
the ladies still haven't picked, and
I'm pretty
Smitty
sure
is-
you're. Smitty, I didn't see Smitty send in. Did Smitty send in?
Smitty did send in. He said
Yep.
what his bracket said for winners still.
Well, his
It's,
bracket doesn't work because
Yeah,
he
no,
has
it-
the
Bills
Saints.
and Green Bay.
The winners are still in it.
Yeah,
His winners of this current bracket are still in there.
So what did he have?
he has the Green Bay and the Bills.
Yeah, the Bills and Green Bay.
Oh, really? So even your life partner went against Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel more confident now.
I wouldn't, because he's been doing better than you.
He's been pretty locked on this year, at least this part of the season.
I was gonna say only the past two 1 week. He had one good week.
Yeah. Even the second week was pretty solid.
But he couldn't maintain the second week.
All right,
I think-
so
It's
I
going
think it was the
downhill.
pressure of having a perfect bracket is what tanked it.
yes,
Yeah, so he got none wrong the first week. He got 1 wrong the second week. He's gonna get 2 wrong this week. and I'm gonna go 2-0 this week.
You know, I've been like, I have a Packers flag that I took out of the studio, and I had it outside, and I brought it in and folded it. I want to put it back up, but I don't want to change the dynamic of all my things that are Packers by putting that up.
You got to put it back up in your front yard.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No.
Because the last time you did, they got shellacked.
See, my issues is Rodgers. This whole week, he's talking about MVP this, MVP that. It's like he's already overlooking the game.
He's already done with the year. He got his MVP. That's all he needed.
No, he's the assumed MVP winner. The MVP isn't actually announced till the night before the Super Bowl.
Right. And which will be February 2nd. No, that's not right.
Are they doing a Pro Bowl?
No, they are not.
I didn't think they would.
They had selections for the Pro Bowl, but there's no actual game this year.
Are they going to do anything like Pro Bowl-esque, like
No.
the most accurate catch thing? And
No, they're not going to do any of the skills competitions. They're trying to avoid any excess contact with anyone.
Yeah, it's not even. There's nothing. It's gonna be a like celebration kind of thing. It's gonna be not even less worth watching, from what I've gathered.
Yeah, it's pretty.
The Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I mean the players have been trying to get rid of it for years.
I think they need to do the skills competition rather than a Pro.
Yeah.
An actual game.
I like that a lot more.
Yeah, the skills competition is a lot more entertaining.
Oh yeah, way more entertaining. I wish they would televise it more.
Most of it is televised. It's just not live. You got to catch it after the fact.
Yeah, and that's not what we want. We want like ESPN X Games style.
Well, the issue is they do it all week, so people are at work all week.
Right. Well, that's what they need to do it X Games style. Like even if it's pre-recorded, like set it up so it's like a 4-hour time block where everything's back to back to back. But you have what's his name with the weird hair with the dreadlocks that always does the X Games.
Scott White?
Is that his name?
No.
The black guy there. He always does the sport, like, is the announcer guy for the half pipe. And he's just, like, he's super funny.
Selma Mezikula?
Yeah.
Sal.
Sal. Yeah, everybody calls him Sal. Nobody can pronounce his name.
It's Selema.
Yeah. But he's, like, awesome at, like, getting you hyped to ready to go for it.
It looks like he shaved his head.
Did he?
I don't know. That might be an old picture. I'm not sure.
Oh,
that's more recent.
That's sad. I sure hope not. All right, guys. Anything else you guys want to talk about tonight?
Yeah, what are we betting on?
Oh, yes. We got to figure out our bet picks. So, the only ones that we none of us agreed on.
So none of us agreed on anything.
None of us agreed on anything. Because we got 2 for the Tampa Bay, we got 2 for the Packers. But we do have 3 for the Bills. And if we include Smitty, we got 4 for the Bills and 3 for the Packers.
So you can't include Smitty because Smitty's on his own.
Right.
He has his own.
What did Smitty do?
As of last week, he said he was putting it all on the Bills.
So I think we all put it on the Bills. Because he played out pretty well this week.
You can't base it on last week, though.
Put it on the Bills to lose?
Hot playoffs.
Put it in the Bills for the under?
I'm good with whatever y'all decide.
So the question is,
thanks, Switzerland.
Do we want to put it all in one, or do we want to split it up between the 4, or do we want to split it up between the underdogs?
I say split the underdogs.
I say all on the Bills.
Who's the biggest payout? Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay is the bigger payout by barely, as of right now, by they're 15 more for a payout.
So if we were to put it all in Tampa, what would we get? You have the app.
I need to figure out. I need to see our current is 113.80.
Ooh.
If we put 113.80 on Tampa,
Yeah.
our payout would be 295.88 currently.
So that we'd actually finally make money.
Yes.
What about Buffalo?
Our payout would be 278.81. So what's half of 113.80?
Let me pull up my calculator.
56.90.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
So if we put 56.90 on the Bills, payout would possibly 139.41. And if we put 56.90 on the Bucks, payout would be 147.94.
And if we lose everything, what do we owe? $40 each?
60 each.
Oh, jeez. Chris is like, I didn't know we were at 60.
No, Chris knew.
I'd be more worried if we started getting up into like $100 a shot.
Yeah. Chris was like, when do you want me to pay you? I'm like, well, we'll just wait till it all plays out and go from there, because it's pointless to send me money for me just to send back more money.
True.
I trust you guys. I know where you live.
All but one of us.
I'm sure I can find him. He's not that hard to track down.
Yeah, I mean,
Good luck in a month.
I don't need to find him in a month. I only need to find him in a week or two.
I mean, he would know exactly where I'm at in a month. It's just getting to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure I have the funds. I could fly there.
Not that particular place.
No, you can. They're doing passports.
You ain't gonna get on the base though.
I
No.
get on that part of it. Yeah.
We're Americans.
I'll tell your supervisor. Be like, hey, you know this Chris guy? Yeah, he owes you some money for some sports bets. I traveled all the way down here to collect. He just go, all right, you can go on and talk to him.
We're Italian. I'm Italian from Massachusetts, and he owes me money for his sports bets.
They'd probably be like, all right, dude.
He'd be like, you're crazy. You probably spent more money than you'll ever get out of him, but okay.
All right, guys. So I think we're good.
You good?
Yeah, we still haven't made a decision.
That's all, folks.
Bye, everybody.